Hello, I am Néfur and I'm hosting the Glacier Song podcast. I create unique music using the sounds of Icelandic glaciers and my voice as the only instruments. I explore deep listening and embodied connection with nature. I use my sexual energy as my creative power and compass to build a life of freedom and meaningful connection with all life forms. Welcome to the journey of the Glacier's song. Welcome to the first episode of the Glacier song. I am so excited to start this journey and to share my voice in this podcast. The first episode is called The Singer That Dreamt with a Glacier, and I would love to start off with telling you the story of this singer, which is myself. There was a singer that grew up in a very special land. This land was an isolated delta in the Mediterranean Sea with many birds, sea creatures, rice fields. She grew up in a land that embodies a miracle, a blue portal, the quantum leap of a river becoming aware that it is the sea. The singer grew up and she really wanted to sing and visit places and travel. And off she went to sing in the streets of different cities of Europe. She stopped in a place called London, and she decided to live there and keep singing and learning. In the beginning of 2020, the singer did a very special trip to the east and sensed all the flavors, colors, and scents of the lands of India and Thailand. The night she came back home in the UK, it was the 29th of February 2020, she had a very special dream. She dreamt that she was on stage singing, accompanied by a glacier. The glacier was there on stage with her, making sounds as she was singing. The glacier was effectively her band. The glacier, through making sounds with the singer, was saying to the people, "Hey, hello humans, I am alive. Listen to me, I've got important things to tell you." After this dream, the singer intuitively thought of Iceland as a country of glaciers and music. The singer asked for support to go to meet the glaciers in Iceland and listen to them. In October 2021, the singer made her first trip to Iceland. There she had a mentor named Francesco, who already knew some of the glaciers and had listened to them. Francesco taught the singer how to listen to the glacier sounds with a variety of microphones, and supported her with recording when the singer started improvising songs with the glaciers. Francesco and the singer were also accompanied by a glacier guide called Kalia, who taught the singer how to walk on ice and how to recognize all its different shapes and features. All the glaciers that the singer met, they all had different sounds and spoke different languages. Some arrived at the sea and became waves. Some spoke through fresh streams of water. Some roared in their depths. Some made funny sounds while cracking and melting inside glacier lagoons and releasing oxygen. Some spoke through the wind. The singer had met the glaciers of Snæfellsjökull, Sólheimajökull, and Vatnajökull. And lastly, she went to meet the lost glacier named Og. Jökull ceased to be a glacier in 2019 and then became just Og, after all its ice melted completely due to climate change. When the singer arrived at Og in the Icelandic highlands, She walked over snow until the center of the glacier. There was a lot of silence, as there was no remaining ice or water running. However, Og had an important message for the singer, one that she was not expecting, and it took her by surprise. By encountering the depth of the glacier, the singer felt the raw arousal of being alive, the pulse of life expressing itself in the sensual nature of silence and the sensual nature of sound. The emptiness of the landscape and of the lost glacier charged the singer with sexual energy as an ancestral life force that transformed the ways in which she lived, loved, sang, and created from then on. I have a candle accompanying this transmission of the podcast, and just when I just finished the tale, there was a drop of wax. I don't know if you heard it, but there was a drop that punctuated the full stop of the story. So this singer is me, and after journeying through the Icelandic glaciers, I feel I embarked in many other journeys. The journey of listening and making music with Icelandic glaciers unveiled for me new exciting paths that engaged me into deep listening, spiritual ecology, free love, embodiment of sexual creative energy, connection with ancestral wisdom and ritual. I use my voice and unique expression to inspire you to reconnect with nature, with your inner creativity, and with your sensual power in embodied ways. In this podcast, you will find meditation with sounds of glaciers, invitations to use your voice with the sounds of water, reflections, interviews, storytelling, and insights into the creative journey of my upcoming album, Glacier. Glacier is an album and an AV live show that explores a new mythology on Icelandic glaciers, sexual ancestral energy, and the human voice. From channeling what energies I felt alive in the glaciers, in my own experience of listening and singing with them, from there I create my new songs that embody different archetypes. So far I've created 3 songs: The Mermaid, The Egg, and The String. Each one related to different landscape, different glacier, and different energy. And I will tell you about all the different songs and mythologies later on. This episode has been an introduction to this podcast, telling you a little bit of my story, and I look forward to share my exploration in all these journeys. All these journeys are alive in me. I don't have full answers. I don't have definite answers to the things I will be talking about, but I have the courage to explore them and the passion. I have a lot of passion to live them and to embody them. And I hope that feels inspiring and that we can flourish into new connections with nature, new and old, because of course what we are unveiling here is very ancient, but it became somehow lost in our society. So it's very, very exciting to be leading on this journey. Before I forget, this is a double launch. So alongside this podcast, I am also releasing today a improvised song. So there's 3 things, 3 ways that in which I interact with the glaciers. One is just with listening and recording, which is very important and simple but profound. The second is improvising on site, so singing live songs with invented language, intuitive singing, connecting with the glacier and interacting with its sound on site. That for me embodies a more than human connection, embodies a collaboration with a being that is a geological, alive being that has millions of years, in that case, of history and of memory, and that makes it very deep. And the third one is the composing with the sounds that I recorded, adding my voice and my storytelling of myths and stories and archetypes, and creating a new album. But I was saying it's a double launch, so what I'm launching is related to the second point, so that one of improvising. So I had a second trip to Iceland this last April, and I went again with my mentor Francesco to Langjökull, a glacier we didn't go on the first trip. And it was very lucky. Also a videographer, a filmmaker, Bala Kjarval, also was with us. So I've got a video of me improvising the songs besides the sound. So I'm releasing one of the two songs that I sang with Glacier, Langjökull. I feel, this last April I was already embodying my sensual energy when singing with the glaciers, and I hope you can feel that and connect with the video and with intuitive energy and wisdom that is there, also in connection with the silence, because that was the most magical thing I think about Langjökull, was its silence. Similar to Ok, it was also a glacier that spoke through silence, which I find really, really powerful, and probably something important to find and carve into our lives, some spaces for silence. So you will find in the description of this episode, you will find the link to listen to the song with Langjökull on YouTube. And I also encourage you to find me on Instagram as Néfur Music. And none of the Glacier songs that I composed are released yet. They will be. But for now, I invite you to listen to the music I have made previously and is on my Spotify profile as Néfur. Thank you very much for listening. It's a real pleasure to do this, and I'm looking forward to communicate with you through this channel, to have you listening on the other side in the next episode. Thank you.